Hello everybody, so I just turned 49 and I can honestly say last year was a great year for me health-wise, and I have managed to transform my body. And in this video I tell you exactly what I did to change my body at this age. If you feel like a gym is intimidating, I feel you. I have been there and I didn't feel very secure in the beginning. Here's a little story what happened when I started using machines in the machine room. So I went to the front desk and I asked, hey, can you show me which machines are the best for my glutes? So a personal trainer appeared, which I honestly didn't want to really pay for a personal trainer. I know they're expensive. He wanted to book with me some sessions and I'm like, no, I don't want that. Can you just please show me the best machines in your opinion for my glutes? And he was so hesitant. It was really annoying. He just wanted to make money, you know. And yeah, after long debating, which was really uncomfortable, he was ready to go with me in a room, and he was standing there and said like, here, this is a machine. And I'm like, wow, can you give me like a quick introduction or something? No, I would have to book a session. I'm like again debating with him. I mean, it was so annoying, and I felt like he was super rude and all he wanted is that I book with him a session. I felt really invisible, and this is maybe a really good story for how women our age sometimes feel, because the thing is, this was a young dude. I bet with you, if I would have been a young pretty girl, he would have totally went for it and showed me this machine. But here I am, this middle-aged woman he couldn't care less about, so he was not ready to show me anything at all, and I felt really like mistreated, honestly. And really, when I went home and I told my husband, I started crying because I didn't really like the way how he treated me. Really. Yeah, long story short, what I want to tell you is I know it feels intimidating, but you can do it. I did it, and so can you. So if you can afford a personal trainer, of course, go for it. I know from a friend how much they charge, and I was like, I'm not ready to do that. I will do this on my own. Honestly, you know what I did to finally learn how this machine for my glutes worked? I looked around and saw a woman that really looked like she knew her stuff because she got some glutes. I asked her and she was so sweet and showed me the whole thing. And I have since that machine done it multiple times with other machines. I wouldn't bother someone with multiple machines, but I asked one person for one machine, and so I kept learning. So yeah, please ladies, don't feel intimidated. Remember, everybody who's in a gym is working on their own body, if it is for health reasons or aesthetic reasons. So really, nobody cares. Nobody is looking at you. Besides that stupid personal trainer, I really have not come across a situation where I felt like, ooh, they are watching me, I'm doing something wrong. And after you do a machine once, twice, 3 times, you feel pretty confident with that machine. You just gain confidence. You can do it. I did it, and so can you. Before I tell you the exact machines that I'm currently using and that I saw a huge improvement with, I also have to add that I go to a class called Body Pump by Les Mills. And I actually do this for many years, but I didn't really see any improvements until last year, where I said, okay, I'm gonna not go only twice a week, I'm gonna go 3 times a week. Body Pump is a barbell workout, so you train your biceps, triceps, We do squats, and at the end there's even an abs track. So I train a lot of my body parts, but then some need a little bit more work, especially as we age. I want to start with the two machines that I feel like are most important. If you have only, let's say, 15 minutes, these are the two machines I would go for. Number one is the hip adductor. So this machine is for the inner thighs. Yeah, I totally needed that. My inner thighs were kinda soft and a bit wriggly. I love this machine so much, and I saw a huge improvement on my inner thighs. So yeah, you have to sit upright on that machine with your lower back pressed against the back pad. And then you bend your knees to a 90-degree angle and place your feet on the foot pedals, and then you just press your knees through the pads and then repeat all over. I love this machine so much. There is, by the way, a lever on one side because I see many people struggling get in and out of this machine. But if you pull the lever, then these pads can easily get together and you can easily get your way out and in of this machine. And then for the weight selection, see how it goes. We are all different, so maybe 70 or 80 pounds. I know it sounds like a lot, but you are stronger than you know. It's really weird, like the inner thighs, they are very strong. So yeah, 70, 80 is maybe a good starting point. I would recommend that you go for 8 to 10 reps. And then you do a 1-minute break. I always use my Apple Watch to have the 1-minute timer. And then you do this for 3 to 5 sets. Just see how you feel. You want it to be a bit uncomfortable, especially on your last rep, on your 8th, 9th or 10th rep. It has to be really hard for you to do. If it's too easy, you're really not doing enough weight. So see how strong you are. I started at 80 pounds and now a couple months later I'm at 210 pounds. There's a little knob and you can twist that, and there's usually something like 5, 10 or 15 pounds that you can add. And I also recommend highly, what I do is I write down on a little note on my phone the date and how much weight I do, because this way makes me see, hey, I'm doing this now for, let's say, 8 weeks or 10 weeks. I'm ready actually to go higher. And that's also a thing that I constantly do. I'm not just keeping the same weight selection, I always try to add more. And you'll see if you do this machine for a couple of weeks, hey, you're getting stronger. You should amp it up. So don't just be lazy, sit there and do the same weight. Go up constantly. And then the next machine, of course, the hip abductor. So here's basically the same machine, but it is for the outer thighs. So that one I find so important as well. Same thing here, you sit down with your lower back pressed against the back pad, you bend your knees to a 90-degree angle, place your feet on the foot pedals close together with your knees against the outer pads. And then you press your knees through the pads and then you repeat all over. Yeah, the weight selection is similar to the inner thigh. I would also start around 70 or 80 pounds if you have never done that. And I'm currently on 200 pounds and I find that very interesting because if I look at my body, I would think my outer thighs are stronger because they're way firmer than my inner thighs. But no, for some reason, my outer thighs are not as strong as my inner thighs. So the third machine I absolutely love is actually that machine that this personal trainer wouldn't want to explain to me. This machine is so good for your glutes or a cute booty. So sit down on that bench and then you fasten the hip belt. You can also buy like a little mat. I actually want to do that because as you increase the weights, it can kind of hurt on your hip bone. So you lower your hips, disengaging the safety lock, and then you squeeze your glutes to elevate your hips as high as they can go, keeping your core braced. Lower them again, repeat. So I started with this machine very low with 25 pounds. We are all different, so see how it goes with you. And again, I wrote these numbers down, and at some point I was at 35 pounds, and today I use 2 times 45 pounds. And again, I do personally 10 reps and I do 4 sets. You can do 8 to 10 reps, and you do this for 3 to 5 sets, however you feel. This machine has truly lifted my butt a bit. Really, the butt started to kind of hang down. It sounds weird, but you probably know what I mean. And this has helped me to get a little bit a lift in the back up, and I love that so much. I see so much improvement with this glute bridge machine. This machine here also great for the glutes. This is the leg press machine. This is also for your quads, hamstrings and glutes. And you can kind of adjust what you want to have trained more with your foot position. So if you turn it more higher and more outward, you're training more the back. And if you place your feet more lower and closer together, it is more for your quads. You can feel it while doing it, which muscles are activated. So you sit on a leg press machine, positioning your shoulders and hips against the back pad while placing your feet shoulder wide apart, slightly angled out on the platform. Grab a hold of the brace bars and brace your core to keep your lower back and shoulders touching the back pad. Okay, here is very important. There is a huge mistake people tend to do, that you lock out your knees at the end of the movement. Don't do that. This can place a lot of tension on your knees and increases the risk of injury. So always keep a slight bend in your knee, even at full extension. So here I also started with 25 pounds. I recommend that. You're probably strong enough to do that. And then after around 2 to 3 months, I added 10. And today I'm using 45 pounds on each side. Yeah, this machine really tightens up the glutes, the hamstrings, and is amazing for your quad. So I do in this machine again 4 sets of 10 repetitions. Okay, now we have the legs are done. These are my favorite 4 machines for my legs. And then now we go a little bit to our back. This is the cable row machine. Really good for back muscles. I really wanted to improve my back muscle to avoid injuries, to be really strong in my back, to be able to lift things. So for me that was very, very important. And I really like this row machine. There are different attachments that you can use. There's a little hook that you can just open and slide in the attachments. Look around, there is usually somewhere a shelf where you can find different attachments. Try out different ones, which ones you like best. Also for this machine and the following, I recommend highly to use some gloves, because I feel like these metal attachments, they can hurt your hands, and I actually had some calluses on my hands in the beginning, so I got myself on Amazon some affordable gloves, and those help tremendously. So yeah, this machine is great for your back, but it also trains your biceps and triceps. It's a really great workout. So you position yourself on the bench and place both feet on their respective foot plates. Bend your knees slightly, lean forward and grasp the handle with both hands while keeping your back straight. Engage your back to pull the handles towards your torso. So in this machine, I'm doing currently 55 pounds with 10 reps and 4 sets. And then I do the leg pull down, and that is also great for your back, but also shoulders and biceps. So you sit upright on the seat, positioning your knees underneath the adjustable pad. Brace your core to maintain a neutral spine. With your arms extended overhead, flex your elbows to your backside of your rib cage, leaning back slightly. Extend your arms back to the starting position. Aim to pull the bar down between your chin and the top of your chest. Yeah, that machine is really so great to get your shoulders and your back stronger. Again, there are different attachments. See which one you like best. And you grab onto the handle like this. Don't put your thumb around the bar. Leave it here because you want your strength to go down your shoulders and not help with the thumb. Yeah, and guess what? I only started using machines in December 2024. Before that, it was just body pump, but I see so much improvement with these, so I highly recommend using machines. Of course, nutrition plays a huge role too, and I have lost now 19 pounds because I changed also my diet. I'm on a high protein diet for over 500 days, and I also made a video about that, so you can check that out here if you like. And if you don't want to miss new videos, please subscribe to my channel, and I hope I see you in my next one. See you, bye!